Okay, we're back, people. And so, what we're going to do, one of the questions was asked, were we going to relabel? We're going to try and see if we can fix things from the schedule later. So, let's think about our other areas that are corridors that we need to cut off. All right. So, for instance, up here, if I'm going to add a room separator, I'd probably add one right here. All right. So that this could be a corridor. I'd probably add one right here. And now I am going to add one dead center of the building, right? Which means if I jump to here and I go to here, now I'm going to have a corridor on this side and a separate corridor on that side. So let's get our other corridors in. I'm going to come here and I'm going to label this. You see how this is a corridor? Up, wait a minute, I've got a problem. So I've got a corridor here, and I'm going to what? If I drop it there, my space will be too big. But let's see what would happen if I dropped this here and then I dropped this here. Well, first they're wrong, right? The wrong numbers. Look at this. If I tab and select that, look at how much space that takes up. I don't want to do that, okay? And I've got these on the wrong side too. So I'm going to undo those two. But when I bring it back in, oops, I want to put that room separator up here first. So I'll put one here and I'll put one here. Now I can come back and I can put the room in, and this is going to be 110. This is going to be 111, right? This is going to be 112. This will be 113. This will be 114, and this will be 115. And right now, I can go in and I can label all of these corridors. Okay? From here to here, and here, and here. And then I just have these last two. And then this last one right here. Okay. Oh, except I need to go in here and fix that. All right. So I'm going to pause the video so we can talk about something for just a moment before we finish this up. Okay, so we talked a little bit about the different sizes of these corridors, but let's put a little extra information in here that we weren't seeing before. If I click on my room tag and I go to this edit type feature, notice that I can show what? The area. And if I hit apply, now I can see the square footage of all of these different areas and how large they are. That's one of the really helpful things in Revit. In AutoCAD, we have to go through a whole different process to do something like this. But in Revit, because we have our room separation lines, it works. Now, watch what happens if I was to delete this room separation line. I'm going to hit delete, and Revit's going to scream at me. Multiple rooms are encased or enclosed in the same region. And so now the correct area for everything is on this one, but it's calling this a redundant room. We do not want that. I'm going to cancel that and get my room separator back, right? And you're like, well, Joel, those room separators are ugly. Well, guess what we can do? If I hit VV on my keyboard or VG and I go to annotation categories and I just type in R, I can turn off what? Can I turn off room separators? Let's pause the video and talk about something for a second. So what we discovered is that our room separators, okay, when we don't want to see them and we want to turn them off, we could just right click and say hide in view category. Or the other way to do it is through VV, knowing that room separators, if we look in the 3D view, we can see them. So they are kind of a model line, and a model line is a line that shows up in a 3D view. Annotation lines will not. What do I mean by that? If I just go to annotate and I draw a detail line in here that's hidden, same place, right? Same general area. If I go to that 3D view, I only see the model line. I don't see this corresponding annotation line. And if I tile my windows and I click on that, you see how that highlights in both views. This doesn't highlight at all because it only exists as annotation in that view. Okay? All right, so let's go ahead and we'll get caught up. I'm going to go to visibility graphics. I'm going to go down just to the category that says lines, and when I click on that, if I uncheck room separation and hit apply, those go away. Okay, now we don't have to turn them off yet, but I needed you to understand how and where to go do that. So the easiest way to turn them back on is the same thing. I can go down to L, hit L for lines, turn them back on, and we'll go ahead and pause this video, stop it, and we'll move on to our next lesson.